Greetings all, I'm Candice Tribe and welcome back to my channel. Thank you to those of you who have liked, shared and subscribed to my video so far, and those of you who haven't done so yet, please do, and also thank you in advance. So I hope you're all doing well today. Today I would like to talk a bit about forgiveness, and before I share my thoughts on the topic, I'm going to read a verse from a song from Matthew West, and the song is called Forgiveness. So the first verse is, "It's the hardest thing to give away, the last thing on your mind today. It always goes to those who don't deserve. It's the opposite of how you feel when the pain they caused is all too real, just too real. Takes everything you have to say the word forgiveness." I'm sure we can, most of us, if not all of us, can relate to the statements within that verse. Forgiveness can sometimes be difficult, and I think difficult based on if we think we're wronged and we can expect that the person who have wronged us needs to make the first move or say sorry first. So that's how I think it might be difficult. And if we feel like we're so hurt, you know what I mean? I'm sure at some point all of us have to at some point forgive someone or be forgiven for something. So forgiveness is an everyday occurrence, I would say, but it depends on a different scale. So I mean, not forgiving or not being able to forgive is very unhealthy for us as individuals, because if someone hurts us or harm us and we hold that, within ourselves, and we hate the person, and we, as they say, have the person up in our hearts and so on, it's definitely not a healthy thing. It's almost like walking around with a load on your shoulders or on your head or on your back or on your chest, basically, wherever it is that you carry these loads, So it's about learning to let go. I mean, forgiveness doesn't mean that you're going to be stupid and you're going to go back into a situation where that person can hurt you again. And it doesn't mean that you have to, if it's a friend, for example, it doesn't mean you have to be friends with an individual after you've forgiven them. What it means is that you've decided not to hold on to that pain. You've decided to let go of that pain that they've caused you and move on from it. And you decided not to allow it to eat away at other parts of your life and your relationships and so on, and your emotional well-being and so on. So forgiveness, though it sometimes lets the person off the hook, so to speak, it also gives you peace of mind, I mean, it's so sad sometimes you see some people, they haven't spoken to their parents for so many years, or their sisters or their brothers or their friends, partners, whatever, because of sometimes some simple things or some silly things which could easily be resolved just by having a conversation, but no one is willing to make the first step. And there are people as well who's been bullied like from school days, and they become adults, and this thing traumatized them, and the individuals that did that has moved on. They're living their lives and so on. Maybe they've changed, who knows, over the years, and you're sitting there and maybe you're having nightmares about what happened to you, which rightfully so, you were traumatized. I mean, nobody's going to take that away from anyone. But at the same time, when are you going to try to get the help you need to move on from that? Because you staying in that state and not trying to move on and expecting that person to come and say sorry, it's not going to happen, or it might not even happen. You might not see the person again ever, Or if you see the person again, you say to someone, John Brown, you used to hurt me when I was younger, and so on, and I need an apology. And John Brown standing there staring at you and thinking, oh, I don't know you, I don't remember that, or oh, get over it, kind of thing. So sometimes we're waiting for something from someone that we're not going to get. You know, so it's about us finding our own peace and letting go of stuff. So Matthew West song is quite refreshing, I would say, because with the first verse I just read it. I'm going to read another verse. It says, it flies in the face of all your pride. It moves away the mad inside. It always angers own worst enemy. Even when the jury and the judge say you've got a right to hold a grudge, it's the whisper in your ear saying, set it free. So, it's painting a picture of the fact that, okay, it might not be the norm to forgive when someone do something bad to you. You should want to hurt them, you should hate them. The judge and the jury say, you know, it's okay to hold a grudge. But in your mind, you know you need to set it free. Set the person free that's done you wrong. Set the anger free by forgiving and letting go, and being able to move on, getting closure. Forgiveness also, it helps to give you closure as well, because there's people that have been abused when they're younger, for example, maybe, you know, by a family member or by a teacher, or whoever it is, and you hold on to those things, and they impact you. They impact your whole life, and then it affects your relationships and all that, and you hold on to that thing, that memory, or that trauma, I would say, and what benefit does it give to you? None whatsoever. You know what I mean? And you hold on to that hurt. So it's about letting go. Sometimes these individuals that hurt you might have been dead and gone. Some teachers might say to you, oh, you might not come to anything good in life, and that have impacted you. You might doubt yourself, and, you know, God help you, you've gotten through, you know, you've grown up, you might even have a good job, but just that thing in the back of your head, you're holding on to that voice. You're holding on to that voice in your head, and it's sowing that negative seed in all aspects of your life, and it's bearing fruit in all aspects of your life, and it's just impacting everything in a negative way. I mean, how bad is that? And you have the power to forgive and let go, to dismiss that voice from your mind. You have the power to dismiss that voice. You have the power. I mean, there's a lot of people don't believe themselves, are not confident in themselves, simply because someone somewhere along the way told them something about themselves that person believes is true, or maybe the person was just feeling to be nasty that time and tell you something bad about yourself, and you think it's true. You take it on board and you have it in the back of your head, and it's driving you all those years. There's children, their parents say something bad to them or treat them a certain way, and they grew up and they still need that. They still need that thing that they were lacking, and they grow up, you know, in that way and still have that need, even as an adult, and it's impacting them, and they haven't let go. You know, you need to forgive, and you need to let go. You need to let go. And I mentioned in one of my videos about counseling, because stuff like this, when it comes to like trauma, because just forgiving someone that done you something is one thing, but there's stuff sometimes where it's so embedded that you just dealing with it. It's kind of difficult. I don't want people to say that I'm promoting counseling or advertising for counseling. Well, I am promoting it actually, and I'm glad I do so because I know it works. But yeah, I just want to say that for some of us or some of you, you might need to have a counselor to help you with these things, because if they're very embedded and they're trauma, you don't want to unravel things or unpack things that you can't handle on your own. You know what I mean? So you need to get someone to do this in a safe environment, You know, because trauma is not something you can just deal with like that. But there's some of you maybe the other stuff whereby you can use your self-help tools out there. There's a lot of literature on there's stuff on Audible, for example, you know, that you can check out and so on. But definitely forgiveness is the key. And most of the times, not forgiving impacts you negatively more than it does the person that committed the act. You know what I mean? And here's a verse that I think is quite empowering and quite enlightening. It says, it flies in the... No, that's not the one. Yeah. It will clear the bitterness away. And this is what forgiveness does. It will clear the bitterness away. It can even set a prisoner free. There is no end to what its power can do. So let it go and be amazed by what you see through eyes of grace. The prisoner that it really frees is you. I mean, what more can I say? Because, like I said, it owes you prisoner. It owes you prisoner when you have all these things in the back of your head that people have done to you, and you hate these individuals, and they've hurt you, and you're not going to talk to them, and you know, it's not like, okay, someone does something, and you say, okay, you're done with them, and you move on. But when you're holding on to stuff, I'm not saying you should go back to these individuals, or if they're friends, you're going to keep on being friends. You can forgive, but you don't have to forget. I believe when you forgive, you don't have to forget. You're not going to get every day and talk about the same thing, but you're not going to forget that this person is potentially dangerous. And also, I think what we need to also remember and be aware of, that people that go around and hurt people are sometimes mostly hurting themselves. They might be abused, might have been abused, you know what I mean? And no one actually go out of the way to hurt people and be rude to people that they don't even know for no reason, you know what I mean? Because they're happy in their own lives. Most of the time, you have to me, the way I look at it, I just empathize. I just have sympathy for those people. I feel like these people actually need, you know, support in some way or the other, because something is wrong with them, you know what I mean? For them to actually feel like being rude to someone, or have to be rude to someone to make themselves happy, you know what I mean? So look after yourself, and, you know, don't make yourself a prisoner of your past. Don't make yourself a prisoner of what people tell you about yourself, which is most likely not true, you know? Free yourself, free your mind, and then you can start living. Because you can't live when you have all these things in your head, what someone done to you, and all these negative voices in the back of your head. Let go, forgive, and live. Set yourself free. Set yourself free. God bless you. Have a good day.